Real estate has been busy, so I decided to do a few more videos on real estate. So the way I explain real estate to clients, I'll ask them if they've ever bought a used car. It used to be a more effective example. A lot of people now lease. But the reason I use the used car analogy, and there's a segment of my population that, in fact, knows this example. But what do you do with a used car? Person has a car, you give them the cash, $3,000, $5,000, $22,000, whatever the car is. Often enough, people will have that sum of money in a bank account. They take the money out or under the mattress. They'll take that money, give it to the holder of the owner of the car. The owner of the used car will sign the title and will give you the keys. So cash, bank checks, cash, for keys and title. And that's exactly the way the real estate story happens as well. That's the big picture. That's the 10,000 foot view. If a person had the $500,000, the $940,000, the $1.2 million in the bank, they would give it to the owner of the home. The owner of the home would sign over a title, which is called a deed, title. They'd sign the deed and give keys, and that's it. That's the overall big picture. Now, what happens? People don't have the $500,000, the $940,000, or the $1.2 million in the bank. Right? Typically, they don't. And even if they did have it, they might still want to use a lender. At that point, the transaction becomes a little more complicated because a person has to go to a bank. They have to get qualified. They need to receive money. All of this takes place over time, so there needs to be a contract. Right? And I'll go through each of these steps. But for now, it's kind of like buying a used car or a brand new car in the example of using financing, right? If you need me, frankbrunolaw.com.